Well, we did get about 4 inches of snow last night overnight, maybe a little bit more in some spots. But it's lunch break. It's time to go down and get the mail on the Ford Workmaster. Everybody loves a good cold start here. We've got ice cold engine. It's about 23 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Like I mentioned in a previous video, every tractor starts a little differently. With this one, I'll show you my procedure. First step, turn on the fuel. Unlike the Ford end where you turn it 2 full turns, on the Workmaster with this shut off, I turn it all the way open. I always leave the battery connected. Power switch is over here. And as soon as you turn that on, the red light comes on up here on the dash, meaning you have power. Throttle I leave pretty low, maybe not all the way down, but usually I shut it off where I know it needs to be to start, which is just a little bit, maybe not even a quarter throttle, maybe even like an 1/8 throttle. I always recommend being on the tractor to start it. This tractor does require choke when it's cold. The choke will stay out without me holding it. On some tractors it's kind of spring loaded, but this one it'll stay out. Make sure I'm in neutral. I still push the clutch in, push the starter button. Choke in. Had a little bit more throttle than I would have needed. That was a good cold start. You can see our temperature gauge there is all the way down, touching the bottom. Let this warm up for a little bit. I like to let it on the cold days warm up for at least 5 minutes or so before I drive it. Look how good those ag tires dig in, all the way down to the gravel if needed. Nice thing about the Workmaster, it has really good conditioned front and rear tires. She's a beaut, Clark. Second gear. There's Jennifer's tracks from leaving this morning. You can see most of the snow came overnight, just a little bit since she left, enough to cover up the tire tracks, tread at least. We'll follow her tracks. All that fresh snow hanging on all the tree limbs and leaves makes it a nice pretty scape looking down here as we travel down the right-of-way where our driveway is. This is an electric right-of-way. It travels between my parents' property and my own. Probably no need to plow this snow in the driveway this time because I believe over the next few days it'll start to melt, and we have only 4-wheel drive vehicles except for the Bolt, and Mackenzie's at school with the Bolt, so don't really need to plow the driveway unless we would get more snow. As you can see, the tractor has no problem traveling in the snow. fields to see if there's any deer in the woods. It's a lot easier to see them when there's snow on the ground. Front tires holding up really good, no more flats since the new tube was put in it. We're getting more snowfall right now. I should have worn a hat. Our tight turn here. A little bit of sliding with that front tire. Mailman, not cool. How do you expect that to stay dry? Now what I like to do is I'll back out on the roadway when no one's coming, just to make a path in here, make it a little bit easier for Jennifer to get back in from work, because the snowplow puts the snow a little bit thicker here at the end of the road, at the end of the driveway by the road. Here we go, just a couple paths in and out to pack that end of the driveway down a little bit, a little easier to turn in and out. That's in the case where you're not plowing. If you're plowing, you just plow all that out of the way. All right, second gear again. See our tracks from the way in. We'll go in just a slightly off the side of that track. And we will have 2 rear tire widths wide packed down here in the driveway. Makes it easier if the UPS man or the mailman who decided not to come back our driveway, maybe he was afraid that he wouldn't make it, but now we'll have some packed down tracks for him to follow tomorrow at least. Make a nice wide track there for the future. Nice lunchtime for a tractor ride, that's for sure. See, the oil pressure's good. We are a little low on fuel, but I don't put a ton in it in the winter time because I don't use as much fuel. I do run it regularly, but I don't fill it up. If I were storing it, I would fill it up. And I made a whole video about how to properly prepare your equipment for wintertime storage and the fuel treatment system I use. Since Mackenzie's away, the Workmaster gets to enjoy parking in the stall of the garage. Otherwise, I would have to be back in the shed. First gear for going in the garage. Turn the fuel off. Well, that is about as fun as a lunch hour can get right there. Thanks for watching. If you found this quick little video fun, please give us a big thumbs up. Leave those comments down below. Hopefully we'll see you again the next time.